After that, we have to study the interference. Very interesting phenomenon in the light, that is interference. To study the interference of light, we know that the principle of superposition of wave. Principle of superposition of wave. What is meant by principle of superposition of wave? When two or more light waves traveling through the same medium arrive at a point simultaneously, they produce their own displacement independent of the other. The resultant displacement at that point is equal to vector sum of displacements of two or more waves. This is known as a principle of superposition of wave. Now, by using this principle of superposition of wave, we have to define the interference. Interference means the phenomenon of enhancement or cancellation of displacement produced due to the superposition of wave is known as interference, or the phenomenon of redistribution of energy produced due to superposition of wave is known as interference. Interference are of two types. One is constructive interference and second one is destructive interference. Constructive means bright. When two light waves traveling through the same medium arrive at a point or in a same phase, the points having maximum displacement, that is a bright point. Such a type of interference is known as constructive interference. And when the two light waves traveling through the same medium arrive at a point out of phase, that is a minimum displacement, the points are dark. Such a type of interference is known as destructive interference. To understand the concept of interference, first of all, the young do the experiment. That experiment is known as Young's experiment. This is the first experiment to demonstrate the interference of light. Thus, light from the sun is allowed to fall on one pinhole. We know that the light consists of alternate crust and trough. In figure, crusts are shown by continuous lines and troughs are shown by dotted lines. When the light enters from this hole, it is in the form of wave incident on another paper, that is a board having two pinholes. They are very near each other. These are acts as two coherent sources of light. When the light enters from these two point source or point pinholes, again it contains alternate crust and troughs. When they interfere with each other, the interference phenomenon will be observed on the screen, placed at a distance capital D from the source. Here we have to see the crust due to one wave meets with crust due to another wave. In these points, trough due to one wave meet at trough due to another wave. These points are in a same phase having maximum displacement, that is a bright points. and the points where crest due to one wave meets the trough due to another wave. These points are in out of phase having minimum displacement, that is dark points. This experiment is performed in a dark room, but sunlight consists of 7 colors. Therefore, this interference pattern is not clear, distinct and well defined, and therefore to obtain clear, distinct, well defined interference pattern, Young's use in place of sunlight, that is a monochromatic light, that is sodium flame, 2 pinholes by 2 narrow slits. Then we have to get clear, distinct, well defined interference pattern consisting of alternate bright and dark bands. This experiment is known as Young's double slit experiment. This experiment is very important because he proves the light is propagated in the form of wave. Using this experiment, the wavelength of light can be calculated. That is lambda is equal to x small d divided by capital D, where x is the distance between two successive bright or dark bands. Small d is the distance between two coherent sources, and capital D is the distance between source and screen. For steady interference pattern. To obtain clear, distinct and steady interference pattern, there are some conditions. The first important condition is two sources of light must be coherent. Here we have to see what is meant by coherent. The two sources of light are said to be coherent only when the phase difference between them is constant or zero. These coherent sources can be obtained in the Young's experiment, that is the two sources from the same source, or in biprism experiment, the two images of the same source acts as a coherent sources of light. And this condition is very necessary to obtain the steady interference pattern. The second condition is the two sources of light must be monochromatic. Mono means one, means the two sources of light must emit light of one and only one wavelength or one and only one color. This condition is necessary to obtain clear, distinct interference pattern, well-defined interference pattern. The third condition is two sources of light must be equally bright. We know that the intensity, brightness depends upon intensity, and intensity is directly proportional to square of the amplitude of the wave. If the amplitudes are not equal, then the interference pattern consists of bright and less bright point. It is not clear and well defined. Hence, to obtain clear and well defined interference pattern, two sources of light must emit light waves of equal amplitude, means the amplitude of first wave and second wave are same. Then the interference pattern consists of bright and dark bands. It is very clear and distinct. The fourth condition is the two sources of light should be narrow. What is meant by narrow? The source is narrow means it can emit only one wave train. And this condition is also necessary for obtaining steady interference pattern. The fifth one is two sources of light should be close to each other. This condition is very necessary to keep the separation between bright and band constant, and therefore the interference pattern looks very steady. In this way, we have to see the most important conditions used for steady interference pattern. In board, it is asked for 4 marks with explanation. MCQs are of number of MCQs will be prepared from this, up to 20 MCQs are prepared. And this is very important for your 12th board syllabus as well as for NEET and JEE.